ओमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you to our weekly online class on Bhagavad Gita. So we have been discussing on Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3rd. In the chapter 3rd, we are discussing how Arjuna is putting forward different arguments before Krishna that why he should not fight. And then when after hearing all the argument from Arjuna, Krishna is explaining very systematically why he should fight. So in the chapter 3rd, Krishna explains the Karma Yoga. The concept of the Karma Yoga is explained very nicely by Krishna. So right now we are discussing how Krishna is explaining about the Niskam Karma Yoga. Means you do your activity, but same time you are detached from the result of that activities. That is the concept of Niskam Karma Yoga. And then we saw in the previous verses that Krishna tells that if you have purified your heart, then one person can take sannyas. That is the Jnana Yoga. But now Krishna tells in the verse number 20, very practical. Krishna tells that even though you have all the qualities to resign your job, still don't do that. Continue your activities. Why? Let's try to understand the sloka 3.20. 3.20, if you have book, please open your book. 3.20 we are reciting. Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim asthita janakadayo loka sangraham evapi sampashyam kartum arhasi. So Krishna is telling here that there are so many examples you can see in the history where the people, they had ample opportunity to resign their job, still they did it. They did their seva, they did their job, and they didn't quit, and they went to forest. Why you are telling that you will go to forest? So on this point, Krishna is giving a nice example to Arjuna. Karmaneva hi samsiddhi, that the karma, by performing one's karma, one can purify his existence, samsiddhi. Asthita janakadaya. Then he is giving an example. Just look at that king Janak. Janak Maharaj, the father of Sita Devi. He was a king and he was such an exalted personality. And for him, there was no need to perform any duties as a king. He could have easily give up his royal throne, and he could have go to forest, and he could have practiced his spirituality very nicely in the forest, and he would be very happy by doing that. Still, Janaka Maharaj didn't renounce the material world. He didn't renounce the throne. He continued doing his activities. Why? Because to set an example. Very important concept Krishna is telling. Loka sangraham evapi sampashyam kartum arhasi. 3.20, we are discussing 3.20. So Krishna is here telling Loka sangrama evapi. If a person is in leadership position, now don't think that Are Janak Maharaj was a king, so he was doing like that. I am a simple, normal person. I am a householder person. I am a teacher. So everyone is a leader in this material world, and everyone has their circle of influence where they can influence their subordinate. If you are a father, you are a leader for your wife, for your children. They are for them you are the role model. Like they are learning from you. If you are a teacher, you are like a real role model for the students. The students are learning from the teacher. So if you are a politician, you are the role model for the state. So similarly, everyone has their circle of influence. So everyone in a way is a leader. So Krishna is telling here that loka sangram evapi, that to set a good example for the loka, for the janta, for the living entity, sampashyam kartum arhasi. So one should do his activity, because you are such an exalted person, for you there is no need of activity and you may renounce, but the people will imitate you. अरे देखो उसने काम छोड़ दिया ना, हम भी छोड़ सकते हैं ना, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? They are not in that level. They are not eligible for renouncing, but they will imitate you. उसने किया ना, let's we also do that. What's the problem? And there will be huge problem. So to guide the general mass of the people, Krishna is telling that even though you are qualified Arjuna to renounce everything, still don't renounce, fight. Because as an Kshatriya, your duty is to fight. That is, in a layman point of view, you should give message to the all living entity that we should fight. So that is the point here. 3.20 Krishna is very nicely telling to Arjuna that we should do our activity to set proper example for the society. So then Prabhupada writes about Janak Maharaj. Janak Maharaj was the father of Sita Mata. He was the father-in-law of Lord Ram. And he was such a transcendentally elevated person. For him, there was not a need to do any activity. Still, he was doing his activity just to set an example for the citizen, so that citizen will be in the right path. And so then Prabhupada was telling that sometimes people do argument that Krishna is the cause. Because of Krishna, the war happened. Why did Krishna enticed the Kauravas and the Pandavas for the war? And they argue on that point. So Prabhupada is telling violence is also necessary in a situation where good argument fails. In life, sometime when there is a humble, proper, good arguments are failed and nothing has happened, at that moment, violence is necessary tool. It's not that violence is bad. It's not that knife is bad. So that same knife can be used for an operation to save a person's life also, right? So nothing is bad and nothing is good. In the material world, it's all how you are utilizing that thing, it depends. The poison is bad, but the same poison is used for treatment also to cure a person. That time it acts as a medicine. So it is all depend how you are using. So violence also is necessary tool, and it has a need when there is proper generous good argument that fail. So Prabhupada is telling that before the war, it's not that Krishna was wanting the war. Krishna tried his level best to stop the war. In the Mahabharata, it comes, Krishna goes as a Santi Dut to Duryodhan, right? And Krishna requests that, oh Duryodhan, please just give 5 villages to Pandavas, only 5 villages. These Pandavas are Kshatriya, they can't beg and borrow. Just give 5 villages, they will rule the 5 villages and they will be happy, and you also happy in your life. What Duryodhana told? Duryodhana told that, what? You want 5 villages? I won't give a I won't give a land where you can put a pin also. That also I won't give. Forget about 5 villages. Then Krishna was totally shocked. My God, What kind of person this is? Krishna then told, "ठीक है beta, if you will not give a 5 village, then ready for the war." And then Duryodhana tells things that are, this Krishna is the cause of everything. So better capture Krishna only, so that Pandavas won't have anything. I will be win. Just imagine, non-devotees, they will think like this. And he ordered all the soldiers, capture Krishna. And all the soldiers, they were going into attack Krishna with their sword, with their trishula, and they were going towards Krishna. Krishna was laughing. What this person is doing? Like a joker. The Krishna, Vinasakale Viparita Buddhi. Krishna then thinks, my God, just see how they are thinking. They are thinking to capture me. Okay, capture me. Krishna then, and that point, Krishna showed the Virat Rupa to the whole, eh, to hold the Kaurava Sena. Krishna become huge and multiple heads, multiple hands, everything came out, and everyone was shocked to see, my God, who this person is. He's not an ordinary person. He's a Krishna, he's a God, Virata Rupa. Drona, Pitama, Bhishma, they were offering prayers, pranam to Krishna. And this person, Duryodhana, he's telling, what is this? Nothing. He's a joker. He's a magician. He's doing some kind of magics and attracting people. He's not a god. Duryodhana is telling. Just see, sometimes people they say na that show me God. I always tell, and Duryodhana was seeing God face to face, but he couldn't identify God. Why? Because God, you can't see God with your material eyes. To see God, you need spiritual vision. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. You need that Shraddha, you need that faith in the heart. Then only God will be revealed to us. Otherwise, it's not possible. So, so God tried, Krishna tried his level best effort to stop the war. But Duryodhana was not in a mood to compromise. What to do then? What to do? The war was inevitable. So it's not that Krishna was enjoying, violence hoga, war hoga, enjoy karenge, marenge abhi. Krishna was not. Krishna is ultimately, he is the Mame Vamsa Jiva Loko Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. He is the ultimate father of all living entity. And when the war ended and Drona and Duryodhana was lied, Duryodhana was, his thigh was broken and he was in the pool of blood and he was crying. Krishna was feeling very sorry. Krishna was feeling very sad that I tried so many ways to convince Duryodhana to not do war, but Duryodhana fought. What to do? So that time it is mentioned that Krishna was feeling very sorry for Duryodhana because he is ultimately he is the father, right? He's seeing the son is like a son, even though how much the son does the notorious activity and bad, still it is very loved by the mother and father because our son only. Na? So similarly, Krishna loves all the children, whether he's a bad or good, even demons also, because they are the Krishna's children only. So it's way. So Prabhupada is telling that the quality of the leader that sometime when it is the need of the hour, violence is necessary. Eh? Sometime when you cannot uh, compromise the situation with a good argument, gentleness, humbleness, when all these things are not functioning, that time you have to raise the violence. You have to do with your power. That is the need of the hour. You have to do that. That's what Prabhupada is telling here. And then Prabhupada is telling uh, like mature devotees in Krishna consciousness, they also act in such a way that, as for the need of the hour, to set a perfect example for the society. And whatever is need of the hour, they do that so that the future generation can follow them properly. I remember Prabhupada was going with few of his devotees, and it was Kumbh Mela and Kumbh Mela happens in this winter season in December, January. eh. So it was a this winter season and even Kumbh Mela. And Prabhupada early morning he woke up and he saw that all devotees they were sleeping nicely. They were on in the blankets. Then Prabhupada just went outside and he took a bucket of water, chilled water, and he took bath. All were seeing from the blankets what Prabhupada is doing. And before all, just imagine Prabhupada was in the 70s, 80s, and he was taking bath with the chilled water. And Prabhupada didn't say anything to anybody. He didn't say anything. But the action, what he did, it was louder. And immediately all were coming out from the blanket and all were going and taking bath. So, so why Prabhupada did that? Because Prabhupada was a leader. If Prabhupada will not do, then nobody will come out from the blanket. All will be sleeping. There will be no Mangal Arati, nothing. Hey, the Acharya is not doing. Hey, so then it will become the parampara. So when it is chill cold, enjoy under the blanket. No need to Mangal Arati. So Prabhupada has to set an example. Although Prabhupada's health was not good that time, the personal servant writes in the Lilamrita, Prabhupada's health was not good. Still, Prabhupada has to do that. He has to take the difficulties. Why? Because he is the leader. If he will not do, then who will do? How the example will be set? That is the challenge. That is the responsibility of a leader. He has to do to set an example, and that example will be set for the whole future. Now, whatever may be the situation, eh, people try to attend the Mangalarti because that was the standard in the Prabhupada has done. In the Lilamrita it was written. So like that, the responsibility of a leader is very critical. And now, in the next verse, 3.21, chapter 13, chapter 3, verse number 21. So Prabhupada, Krishna again, the same concept Krishna is highlighting again in this verse, that how the responsibility of leader, how, see, it's not so easy to inspire the population. To inspire the mass, just by giving a lecture, people don't get inspired. People want to see a practical role model. When a people see a role model that this person, whatever he is talking, he is walking. He walks the talk, they tell, na? So whatever he's talking, he's walking on that path, then only people get inspired. Just like Prabhupada. So whatever Prabhupada was telling, he was practicing in his own life. That's how people surrender their life to Prabhupada. Otherwise, there were so many gurus, they went to the West and they tried preaching to the mass. But why Prabhupada succeed? Because Prabhupada was practicing what he was talking. And that is how Prabhupada got success. So very important here, this concept we have to understand that somebody can put the link in the group. One Mataji just I joined in the Gita part group and is asking for the link. Somebody can just post the link again so that she can join. So 3.21 we will recite the sloka. Yad yad acharati sreshta tad tad evetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastad anuvartate. So Krishna is telling very nicely, clarifying the concept here, that yad yad acharate sreshta, yad whatever acharati sreshta. Sreshta means what? The leaders. Whatever the leaders will do, the acharan, whatever the leaders will do, perform the action, tad eve taro jana. That thing will be done by the jana. Jana means what? The common people. So whatever the leader perform the action on the top, the common people try to imbibe that and they try to follow that. Got it? Just like um, in Kali Yuga, people, how they get inspired? People watch Bollywood movies. For them, the leaders are the Bollywood actor and actress. How they are acting, what dress they are wearing, what is the recent fashion style they are wearing, the cloth. Immediately just see the youth. They all do that same thing. Have you ever seen that? That is how the Kali Yuga people get inspired. So here Krishna is telling, yad yad acharate sreshta. Whatever the leader does, the same thing is imitated by the common people. Sayat pramane kurute, because whatever the example they are setting, lokastad anuvartate, the common people, they try to imbibe the same thing. So it's very important for a leader, and I told that who is a leader? Leader is not that a big politician or a king or a government officer is the leader. Leader, everyone is a leader, and everyone has their circle of influence. It begins from the mother. The mother is also leader because the child learns from the mother, right? How the mother is, what the mother is telling. Sometimes I go to the home, then the mother tells, अरे प्रभु जी मेरा बेटा टीवी देखते रहता है, कुछ कर दो ना. मैं बोला माता जी हाउ मच टाइम यू वॉच टीवी. हाँ मैं देखता हूँ 4-5 घंटा. यू आर वॉचिंग टीवी 4-5 hours and you want your child to not watch TV, eh? What kind of leader you are? So this is the concept Krishna is telling. Yad yad acharate shrestha tat tad eva tarajana. And then I tell Mataji, I'll tell your child to not watch TV, but you have to do a sacrifice. What sacrifice, Prabhuji? You have to stop watching TV. Arey, yes, how can I stop watch TV? I watch my favorite serial, this, that, this, that. Then she give a long list. Well, I say, see, you want your child to not watch TV. Your child also have a favorite list of serials. The child was the cartoon serial, this, that. So you want your child not to watch TV. First thing is that you have to set an example. Are you ready to stop watching TV? Then she takes an प्रभु जी थोड़ा टाइम दे दो सोचने के लिए. मेरे पर ही आ गया. Well, yes, first you think about yourself, then I'll tell to your child. I'll tell to your child. I'll give my instruction. But first you become ready. And then when the mother is ready, okay, I am ready to sacrifice for my child. And then I tell Baba, don't watch TV. And see that it's very simple things to instruct the child. But the child always see the parents, what my parents are doing, what they are watching, what they are seeing. And through that, the child learns everything. Get the point? So when the parents they don't watch the TV, they stop, then automatically child will also not do. Because what the child are learning, child is not learning something magic thing in the mind. Child learns everything from the parent. The parents are the first teacher for the child. And then the child goes to the school. So the very important thing here Krishna is telling that yadi yada acharate srestha, whatever you are doing, your subordinate they learn from you. So the first leader is the mother because the child learns the first thing from the mother. They say in the scripture that the child from the age till the age 7, 8 till 10th, till the 10, the child becomes 10-year-old, everything whatever he or learns everything from her mother. Because till 10, the child doesn't learn much from the outside world. Everything he learns from the mother. And when he touches 10, he learns from qualities from his father. And then when he goes to the school, he learns the things from the school teachers because he spends 7, 8 hours in the school, much more than the home. So then Prabhupada writes in the purport that teachers are very important. It's not that teacher is telling, students don't smoke, smoking is injurious to the health, and in the recess break the teacher is smoking. So what the student will learn? The teacher is telling in the class, smoking is injurious to health, and in the recess he is smoking. So then the students become confused. What does it mean? He is telling not to smoke, but he is smoking. Well, let's take it chill, man. Not don't take so seriously what the teacher is telling because he is smoking, right? If somebody is telling that it is dangerous, don't do that. That means that person should not do that. Then only you will understand. It is what is telling that is actually fact. But Prabhupada is writing, the leaders are telling so many things to the public, to the citizen, but the leaders are also doing the bad thing. So what the public will hear, what the public will learn, so it doesn't make any sense. So that's what Lord Chaitanya tells that a preacher, a person, one who teaches, he should do the acharan. And that is how he is called acharya. Acharya means what? One who is teaching, giving acharan to other, same thing he does himself. Acharan. That is, the teachings are on his acharan. So that's how the name come acharya. And that's how it become very important that whenever you try to tell somebody, first understand, first think that whether you are following or not. I remember one story in my childhood. I learned that that a sadhu went to a village. So a mother came and tells the sadhu that, Are Sadhu Baba, tell my child is eating lot of sweetmeats and it's not good for his her health. Please tell to stop eating sweet. So the sadhu tells that, okay, uh, I'll come after a week and then you tell me, I'll tell the same thing to your child. So the lady was confused. Are same small thing only just giving instruction for 1 minute and he's delaying 1 week. What is this? And after 1 week, the sadhu came again. And the sadhu tells that, yes, I'm ready for the instruction. What do you want to tell me? Now Sadhu Baba is eating lot of sweet. Please tell him to not eat sweet. Okay. So then Sadhu Baba calls the child. Bole, Baba, beta child, don't eat sweet. It is not good for your health. Stop eating sweets. And the child tells, yes, okay, I'll try. And the mother got totally confused. The mother tells, Are Baba, the last time you came, and this is the same instruction you are supposed to tell. Why you delayed for 1 week? What is the reason behind that? The sadhu tells that when the last week when I came, you told me to tell, that time actually I was also eating sweets. So, so how come I can tell that to stop eat sweet? So I took 7 days to stop eating sweet. And practically, I applied the principle on me. And now I'm not eating any sweets anymore. So now I got that confidence that I can tell the truth. I can tell it. And whatever I'll tell, it has an value. It has an potency to touch the heart because I am practicing myself. So then I am telling you. So this is the main important concept what Krishna is telling about that leadership qualities. That Arjuna, you are a leader and you are a Kshatriya by profession, a military person, and the war is in front of you. And if you will not fight the war, then you are setting a bad example for the military people for the whole future. People will think that okay, जो भी मन में आता कर सकते हैं, not an compulsory. Baba, it's very important and very important responsibility because you are a military person and you have to fight. It is the last war is happening, the biggest Mahabharat war is happening, and if you will not fight, then what example you are setting? You are a great hero. Like if Virat Kohli is going to bat and it's India Pakistan final World Cup match, just imagine. And then Virat Kohli tells that I don't want to bat, I won't play the match. And just imagine what will happen. Baba, you are such a big person. You are the role model for all the people. And if you set this kind of example, then what will happen to the other? So that's what the Krishna's message to Arjuna. And then in the Prabhupada writes in the commentary that uh, leader to know what activity is good and what activity is not good, how will he decide? It should be there in the scripture, based on the scripture. So there are so many variety of scripture like Manu Samhita are there, Gita is there, Bhagavatam is there. So when the leader they read all this scripture, they will get to know that what to do, what not to do. It's not that mental, मुझे ऐसा लगता है मैं ऐसा करूंगा. Okay. Then what is the point in that? So the leader has to be thorough through all the scripture. I was reading one pastime of Prabhupada where Prabhupada was sending our Yamuna Devi and Gurudas Prabhu to meet Indira Gandhi in the 1970 time. So Indira Gandhi was that time the Prime Minister of India. So Prabhupada was telling, tell to Indira Gandhi that all the parliament members who all are sitting in the parliament, they should read Bhagavatam, they should chant Hare Krishna, they should follow four regulative principles. Then only they will sit in the parliament and do the discussion. So before parliament begins, there should be a Srimad Bhagavat class in the parliament. So Prabhupada had so many points, and he sends Yamuna Devi and Gurudas Prabhu. They went and they met Indira Gandhi. Just imagine, because they are the leaders of the society, and if they themselves are not practicing the codes of conducts of dharma, then what they will teach to the general population? So that is very important what Prabhupada is telling here. Okay. And then Prabhupada is telling here that that sometime that uh, whatever a leader does, one should try to follow that. So from the perspective of the subordinate, now the camera is zooming on the subordinate, so that if a big person is doing something, the subordinate should not blindly follow that person, because everyone has different qualification. सबका अलग अलग अधिकार रहता है. So now, even though, for example, Arjuna was telling that I don't want to fight, I want to go forest and I'll beg alms, and I'll live like a beggar. So Arjuna could have do that, because Arjuna is a Paramahansa, is a great devotee of Lord. He could have do that. But now a normal military person, he will also think that, okay, Arjuna didn't fight, so I will also not fight. I will also go and beg, and I'll do begging business. Because Arjuna was a great devotee, he might do that, but we are not great. A normal Kshatriya person, if he will try to imitate Arjuna, the moment he will say, Viksham Dei, please give me some alms, and the person will, Arey, kuch nahi milega, chalo aage, chalo. He will get angry because he is Kshatriya, and immediately he may kill that person. And killing a person outside the war is the greatest sin. If you want to kill, then kill in the war field, because the Kshatriya blood is there in the body, and you cannot tolerate insult. And if you kill a person outside the war, it's a great sin for a Kshatriya. So, uh, artificially, one should not imitate an exalted person. Sometimes Prabhupada also done something and the people quote, Arey, Prabhupada did that. Prabhupada can do that because he was a great person. So just see your qualification whether you can imitate Prabhupada or not. So always from the subordinate perspective, that's how Prabhupada always used to tell that, don't see me what I am doing. Try to read my books. What books I have written, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, everything I have written in my books. And that is like the principle for you to follow. Sometimes because I have a lot of things to do, I have less time. Sometimes I do something, but don't imitate me. Lord Shiva can drink poison. Can somebody imitate poison, drinking poison? I am a devotee of Lord Shiva. I am one person was drinking bhang and ganja. So why you are doing that? I am the devotee of Lord Shiva. I can do that now. Well, you are devotee of Lord Shiva. Then Shiva also drank poison, halal wish in the Samudra Manthan. Drink poison also. No, no, that I won't do. So whatever you want to do, enjoyment, that you take, and you don't take others. So it's a wrong thing, right? So 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 best thing is that the scriptures, the books written by the God, by the sages, Vyasadev, Sukadev. So in the books is like the law book. Everything very properly written here. So the leader, whatever they do from the what is written in the scripture. They don't go against the scripture. So there is a nice concept called Guru, Sadhu, Sastra. So whatever is written in the Sastra, that is followed by the Sadhu, the saintly people. And that is followed by the leaders also. So if you'll see that a leader is doing something that is against the code of conduct, then you should think on that for and just blindly following. So that is a precautionary note what Prabhupada is giving end of the sloka. So today we discussed two sloka from chapter 3, verse number 20 and verse number 21. These two sloka are very important, where Krishna is telling to Arjuna that uh, set an example for the future. You are such an important person. You are a Kshatriya, you are a leader. So don't whimsically do anything. Just fight the war, because you are a Kshatriya, duty is to fight. So that it will be set in a good example for the whole generation. So because whatever the leader does, the normal people, they follow that. So because you are such a big person, you should follow the right thing, dharma thing, and you should fight. And that is what every one of us, like a leader in our circle of influence. So we should all also try to always carefully do our activities, action, because somebody is watching us and they are learning from every action, whatever we are doing in our day-to-day life. So that is what an important practical lesson we can learn from today's sloka. Hare Krishna. So we are ending here, and I'm opening the forum for the question answer. So those who have a questions, please you can ask your questions. And I request all to on your videos so that I can see who are attending the class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Manisha
Hare
Maharaj.
Manisha from Parel, Mumbai.
Yes.
Hello, Prabhuji.
बोलिए माता जी.
अच्छा तो मैं आज today I've learned that today chapter what you thought that what you preach you have to practice and the leadership qualities. So what the leaders are doing, they have to think properly and they have to do right thing so that the people will follow them.
Correct.
And mother is the leader to the child till the age of 10.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
mother, if she does something right, if she wants the child to be follow right path, she has to first practice.
Correct.
That is what I have learned today.
Yes. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Anybody else have any questions or anything you want to share? Any reflection or any realization you want to share with others? Please unmute yourself and you can say.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Phalguni Mataji, please.
As you rightly said, we are the role models for our children. But in today's life, children, they feel that these parents are very old-fashioned. They have got conservatory ideas. They are doing according to, what their parents did. But they don't treat you as a role model. You are very right, Acharan, they will do. But they don't listen. So what should the parent do then?
Yeah, it's a very practical question Mataji asked. Nowadays generation, they think that there is a big gap between the parents, their generation and our generation. So they think they are very old-fashioned, we are very modern. So sometimes, see, I have seen in so many families when the children, they observe the parents from the childhood only, and sometimes the parents, they do some kind of activity and the children ask questions that mama papa why you are doing this, and when the parents are not able to answer the questions of the children, अरे बस अगरबत्ती घुमाओ ऐसा क्यों पूछ रहा है प्रश्न, that time they get in doubt. Oh, something is wrong here. See, today's generation, they can't be, you can't them make them blindfold. Eh? That time has gone. So that is what I am telling, that the parents should be properly educated. What we are doing, why we are doing, everything has a scientific reason behind that. When the parents are properly educated, they can educate the children from the beginning, and the children will have faith proper on the parents. So many times they ask, then I tell that whether you know that what you are doing. बोला, अरे हमने हमारे पापा ने तो हमको ऐसा सिखाया था, हमने ऐसा किया ना. Why is asking question to me? We will ask question because he's the current generation children. They will ask question. You should have answer for this. For that is the main responsibility of the parents, that what we are doing, why we are doing, everything they should be very logically, reasoningly way they to answer to the children. Then the children will have full faith on the practice and they will respect the parents. That my parents is doing and they know why I are doing that. I've seen so many families, current generation, they have so much respect to the parents because the parents are practicing with full dedication, with full faith, with full reasoning. They explain them, and sometimes the parents fail to explain and they bring the children to our temples and the children discuss with us. And somehow or other, they doubt that should be clarified. And when they doubt, everything will be clarified very systematically, then they have proper faith and they will respect. I think like that. Hare Krishna. Anybody else have anything want to share?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Parampara Prabhu, you want to say something?
No, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you for the class.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, you joined from the Udupi Dham.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you for
Krishna.
the class.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Radhika want to recite one sloga.
Just see Radhika here, how she is learning from the mother. Yes, Radhika, please recite the sloka.
Recite sloga.
Mataha paradhanya kinti dasiryanjaya. Mai sarvedishvotam sutra marigayama.
Three Manikana. Okay, Radhika, just tell me the meaning of the sloka, what you recited.
Meaning of the sloga, Radhika.
Sutre Manikana means what?
Sutre Manigana eva. Bolo Radhika. Krishna is the source of everything.
What?
Krishna is the sutra.
Krishna is the sutra. Wow. Mani means what? The whole material world. Like all the planets are revolving around. Similarly, just like a pearl necklace is there, thread is inside. Thread is not visible, right? That doesn't mean that thread is not there. Similarly, all planets are moving, but there is a thread connecting all the planets. That invisible energy is what? Lord Krishna. Very nice, Radhika. Thank
I say one
you
story.
so much for your recitation of the sloka. So when you are coming to Govardhan Eco Village, my God, she's going to
My
tell a story.
Govardhan go.
राजेश, इसके पापा ने मतलब लास्ट संडे को एक बार दर्शन करके आया था गोवर्धन में.
Okay. अच्छा, this last Sunday.
हाँ, लास्ट संडे प्रभु जी. आपका जो अन्न क्षेत्र वो सब है ना, मैंने तो डीपी में देखा, मतलब बहुत ज्यादा लोग रहता है ना वो अन्न क्षेत्र में, आपका डीपी में.
Yes.
हाँ.
There are so many people were there.
हाँ. बोलो.
एक दिन कृष्णा मट्टी कर रहा था. एक फेंस लोग उधर रहता था और कृष्णा उधर खेल रहा था. तभी कृष्णा ने मट्टी खाया. तभी बलराम ने देखा. तभी ये मैया ये कृष्णा ने मट्टी खाया. तभी कृष्णा ने बोला ये नहीं खाया, मैंने नहीं खाया. तभी है ना यशोदा ने बोला तुम्हारा मुंह खोलो. सन और मुंह उसके मुंह के अंदर है. तब सारा प्लानट है.
हाँ, सारा प्लानट देखा है.
तभी यशोदा मैया को दुख हो गया. फिर उसको उसको पूजा करके उधर लेके आया.
Okay. Very nice story. So next time when we'll go to Vrindavan, I'll show you the place, Radhika. कहाँ पर भगवान ने मट्टी खाई थी. ब्रह्मांड घाट है, वो जगह अभी भी है जहाँ पर भगवान ने वृद्धभक्षण लीला किया था. ठीक है, we'll go to Vrindavan and we'll see the place. Okay?
हाँ.
ये प्रभु जी बोलो.
Thank you
Thank you
प्रभु
so
जी.
much. Hare Krishna. Anybody else want to say anything or any questions? So that South India Yatra, I've already put the posters. If anybody want to join, 31st December is the last date. Can register for the Yatra.